edit out the part of the feet. Can I tell you right now? Victor is gonna create Jim Lee teaches how to draw feet tutorial, and that will have the most number of hits ever in the history of his VZA streams, clips. I'm calling it right now. There are feet in there. They're just covered in shadow. It's an ongoing point of discussion. Like, just because you don't draw feet doesn't mean you don't know how to draw feet. I mean, we draw interstellar spaceships. We draw, huge choreographed battle scenes. Humans lifting cars, trains, smashing them into each other. I mean, if you think there's a problem drawing feet, okay. Feet actually come in all different sizes. People think like, oh, it's just a foot, but there are the feet that have basically kind of that kind of shape, right? Or all the toes are all on the same kind of level. This is the bottom. Here's the ankle. Here's the calf, the thigh, the buttocks, the abs, top part of the ab, that diaphragm, the pecs, the shoulder, the rest of the hand, palm, forearm, tricep, whatever. And then here's the person looking down. At us, right? That actually is kind of like how my foot's shaped. But then there are like other people that have literally, I don't even know what it looks like, a baguette. That's the only thing I can say. It looks like this, dude. And you guys know who you are. And thank God you wear socks with Birkenstocks and all that other stuff. Like, but this is, and then the toes, like they're super long, like almost like they're fingers. At least with my foot, like they're pads. They're purposeful. They are like a base of power, so I can move forward through life. These are like alien tanglers that can. It's almost like each of these toes has their own sentience and can do things. Like one toe can operate the mouse, the other can hit ASDW and aim and shoot, right? So you guys that have this kind of foot, like it's it's crazy, all right? It's the sea life that basically, like if you put your finger and you touch it, they all kind of like contract in. What are they called? I can spell it. I can't pronounce it. So anemones, anemones, an enemy. Perfect. An enemy. An enemy. Whatever. Yeah. So those are freaky looking. And then, like, I don't want to say someone very close to me in the family, who likes her feet rubbed a lot. Like they have the big toe, and then this thing is like even longer, dude. It's crazy. I have like a Frodo Hobbiton foot like that. It literally, if you took an ice scraper, you could tape it to the bottom of my foot, and that would work as sandals, right? So anyway, from the top, my right foot, when I lived in Italy, which I talk about a lot, unfortunately, normally they all kind of go straight, but I was going to kick a ball against this other guy that worked at Panini. I would go to Panini, their indoor soccer during the winter. And we're both going for the ball at the same time. And we're going to strike the ball at the same time. And boom, oh my God. It broke my toe. I didn't realize it, but now this toe basically goes sideways like this. Aren't you guys glad that we're the other ones are like thankful that this guy took the hit. And actually, you know what? That's not even it. It looks like this. Right. And then the weirdest thing about it is that the toenail, for whatever reason, it's like triple the thickness right there. I don't know why. It's like it's like the cellular information, right? Because like think about it. Toenails are dead skin. You clip them off, they continue to grow, but they grow at the same density and length, rate of length as before. Whatever trauma was inflicted upon that toe, it caused the toenail to now go double. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so this is what you get when you complain about feet. A very, very informative, rooted TMI discussion. Anyway, so yes, regret everything. Chief Corb has cheered. Thank you very much. Show us your foot. No, you don't want to see it, man. Trevor Kai has cheered as well. Base of power. Yes. They talk about hips as being, when we think about baseball sports, power comes from the hips and your feet, right? So, yeah, so this toe is permanently jacked up with a mutant toenail. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, if you draw feet, if you actually think about it, movies, TV shows, they rarely show you the legs. Because the interesting part of it all is the mouth, the face. That's where the expression is. So the feet do not betray expression. Although, I take that back. If your toes curl, it can mean something. If they kind of twitch a lot, it can mean another thing. So, anyway, so there's a foot there, dude. Okay. And let's do it. Here's a knee, calf. Put some sandals on it. So, how do you draw a foot? It's a lot like drawing the hand. The hand, you do an offset pentagon, right? We've established that before. Right? One finger, two fingers, three fingers, four fingers, thumb. All right? Depending on the foot, you either draw a baguette and then an mise on top, or you draw an ice scraper, like I mentioned. All right, there you go. But if you wanted to really get into it, I guess there's how would it work? The funny thing is my father was a doctor, and when I was a kid, they would get from the medical companies that were selling or, asking them to sell their products, their medications. He had this awesome foot puzzle. It was essentially bones and tendons, and it was broken down to pieces. And so it had essentially the skin pulled off a foot, and I would assemble it over and over again. So, down to the bone. I think it was all bones and tendons, right? And I think it ended here. I had a base like that. I don't know if there are any physicians in the house that can attest to this. I don't see them too much anymore. I feel like there were probably cost-cutting measures that were done in the 80s that would prevent that from happening again. Yeah, that is what the bone looks like, more or less. There's like all these little pieces. right? This curve here is intentional. That pad here. Got it? We'll give this one away. Those of you who have feet like this, you know who you are. I won't. I will not foot hair shame you, but yeah, there you go. How funny would it be? You guys are saying Wolverine if he like what schnicked like issue 300. He's like all tied up. The villain gets close and it, like claws pop out of his foot. Like, hey, I've always had this power. I just never used it. Except that if it was mine, it would be like shink, shink. That's how. Anyway, all right. Let's get back to where we were. Too much, too much, too much.